Before we get started, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more terrifying content. 1. The Demon of Blackwood Manor. Alice had always been fascinated by haunted places and ghost stories. When she heard about Blackwood Manor, she couldn't resist the urge to investigate. Armed with a flashlight, a camera, and a voice recorder, she stepped through the creaking front door. The air inside was cold and musty, and a chill ran down her spine as she ventured deeper into the house. Shadows flickered in her peripheral vision, and faint whispers echoed through the halls. Her heart raced with a mix of fear and excitement. In the grand parlor, Alice noticed a large mirror covered in dust. She wiped it clean with her sleeve and gasped. For a brief moment, she saw a grotesque face with hollow eyes and a twisted mouth staring back at her. She stumbled backward, her heart pounding in her chest. Determined to uncover the truth, Alice spent hours reading old diaries and letters she found in the manor's study. The last residents' diary detailed their harrowing experiences with a demon named Malphas. According to the diary, Malphas had tormented the family, eventually possessing their youngest child. The more Alice read, the more she felt a dark presence closing in on her. One night, Alice awoke to find herself standing in front of the mirror, her hand moving on its own, carving cryptic symbols into her skin with a piece of broken glass. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Her reflection in the mirror grinned back at her with a sinister, hollow-eyed stare. Desperate and terrified, Alice reached out to Father O'Malley, a seasoned exorcist known for his battles against the supernatural. He arrived at the manor armed with holy water, a crucifix, and a fierce determination. The exorcism began with prayers and chants, but Malphas fought back fiercely. Alice's body contorted in unnatural ways, and her voice took on a guttural tone as the demon spoke through her. The climactic battle between Father O'Malley and Malphas was intense. The demon manifested in horrific forms, elongated limbs, eyes that burned with hellfire, and a voice that reverberated with malevolence. With sheer determination and unyielding faith, Father O'Malley managed to banish the demon, but not without leaving Alice scarred and forever haunted by the memories. ### 2. The Curse of the Silent Abbey. Mark and his team entered the Silent Abbey with high hopes of documenting paranormal activity. As they stepped inside, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over them. The faint sound of Latin chanting grew louder, and their equipment started malfunctioning. Shadows flickered, and eerie figures appeared and vanished in an instant. The team captured chilling EVPs of whispered threats and a child sobbing. Mark became obsessed with uncovering the Abbey's history. He discovered it was the site of a failed exorcism involving a young nun possessed by a powerful demon named Azazel. Mark's fascination quickly turned to horror as he began experiencing terrifying nightmares of being chased by a horned beast through burning corridors. Uncontrollable fits of rage followed, and his friends found him talking to himself in a voice that wasn't his own. Mark's wife, Sarah, sought help from Dr. Williams, a renowned demonologist. The exorcism at the Abbey was a terrifying ordeal. Azazel manifested through Mark, contorting his body and rolling his eyes back into his head. The demon used illusions to trick Dr. Williams, creating visions of loved ones screaming in agony. After an intense struggle, Dr. Williams succeeded in exorcising the demon, but he warned that the Abbey remained a gateway to the demonic realm. The spirits of the damned still lingered, waiting for another victim. 3. The Entity in the Mirror. Samantha inherited the mirror from her grandmother and soon noticed strange occurrences. Reflections showed glimpses of a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes, and whispers called her name in a hissing, demonic tone. Objects moved on their own, and an unseen presence seemed to watch her every move. As days passed, Samantha's behavior changed dramatically. She became withdrawn, aggressive, and spoke in a guttural voice she didn't recognize. Her family sought help and discovered the mirror was a conduit for a demon named Belial, who fed on the souls of the living. Samantha experienced horrific hallucinations of being trapped in the mirror, surrounded by writhing, tormented souls clawing at the glass. Father Gabriel, an expert in demonic possessions, was called in to perform an exorcism. The demon fought back viciously, using the mirror as its anchor. Samantha's body contorted in unnatural ways, and Belial spoke through her, mocking Father Gabriel and threatening to drag him to hell. In a desperate move, Father Gabriel shattered the mirror, unleashing a burst of dark energy that nearly consumed him. Belial's hold on Samantha was broken, but the priest warned that such a powerful entity might not be banished for long. 4. The Haunting of Elmwood Cemetery. Jake decided to spend the night in Elmwood Cemetery, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal. He experienced chilling encounters, a shadowy figure stalking him, disturbed graves, and the sound of children crying. His recordings captured the menacing growl of a creature not of this world, and the faint glow of red eyes watching from the darkness. Jake's investigation took a dark turn when he was attacked by the demon Azrael, known as the Guardian of the Dead. Jake began showing signs of possession, blackouts, unexplained injuries, and violent outbursts. His friends noticed his eyes occasionally turn pitch black, and he spoke in a language no one understood. Jake's friends enlisted the help of Sister Mary, a nun with a gift for exorcism. The battle with Azrael was fierce, with the demon using the spirits of the dead to its advantage. Spectral hands reached out from the ground, trying to drag Sister Mary into the earth. Through unwavering faith and powerful prayers, Sister Mary expelled Azrael, but warned that the cemetery would always be a battleground between good and evil, and the demon might return to claim more souls. 5. The Shadow in the Attic. Tom, a skeptic, bought the house, dismissing the tales as superstition. However, he soon witnessed the shadowy figure lurking in the attic, its eyes glowing with malevolence, and heard sinister whispers calling his name. Objects moved on their own, and Tom felt an icy touch on his skin. Tom's behavior changed drastically. He became isolated, paranoid, and exhibited signs of possession. Friends and family witnessed his transformation, noting the eerie presence that seemed to follow him everywhere. He began speaking in a deep, unnatural voice and experienced blackouts where he woke up with his hands covered in blood. A desperate call to Father John, retired exorcist, led to a harrowing exorcism in the attic. The shadow demon, known as Mephisto, fought back with terrifying strength, attempting to claim Tom's soul. The attic filled with a suffocating darkness, and Mephisto manifested as a towering figure with eyes that burned like coals. Through relentless prayers and rituals, Father John managed to banish Mephisto, leaving Tom to recover from the ordeal, but the house remained forever marked by the demon's presence.